Mr. Bernardo, we
Uh-huh.
have some maybe some good news, good surprise over the main event in the UFC 315.
Yeah.
Tell me everything. Let me know how did you see those fights? Did you think Jack Della Madalena will be able to get it done the way he did it, like so dominant?
No, no. Yeah, you know what my biggest surprise was? How good actually the fight was.
Right?
For me, that was the most surprising thing was that like how like entertaining the fight was. And I give that like a probably 80% to Jack Madalena because of that, you know? Not taking anything for Bilal because he was there just keep walking forward and got punished the way he did, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think a lot of people were surprised that he couldn't do his game plan, or Jack Mandolin was just a lot better.
I saw, and I don't want to shit on Bilal Muhammad, but
Yeah,
I saw a lot of people saying, "Oh, he stick to his promises. Like he wanted to do like a stand up fight." No, he didn't. He tried to take that fight down like many times, but
yeah,
Jack Della Madalena was getting up. I saw a post from Craig Jones
yeah,
where he's promoting one of his DVDs. Is like standing up. Right, it's
yeah,
like there's no jiu-jitsu, there's no wrestling if you just get up.
yeah.
And it's so right. And we saw that so good. And you know what I saw? I saw a clip.
Mm-hmm.
He that transition that he does, that movement that he does to get up, like he goes on his back and he does
Yeah,
like a flip, and he could try to go on top, but he doesn't. He just goes and stands up. He did that same movement against Burns. That's when he hits the Burns with the knee.
within the after the
Burns take him down. He scrambles like he does like a back row kind of thing, and then he ends up kind of almost like on top of Burns, but he doesn't go. He gets up. Burns gets up and try to go for the double leg again, and he hits him with the knee. And he did that yesterday with Bilal Muhammad like a few times. He was able to get up on every one of them. I think Bilal was more like, all right, I'm gonna have to fucking stand with this guy now, and because he was clearly frustrated. He
no,
couldn't get
yeah.
his ground game going at all.
No, he couldn't. And that's the thing, right? It's like before the fight, I was talking to some people, and they're like, "Oh, what do you think?" And I was like, "Man, I don't know," because it's like, is it Bilal really good, or is the people that he fought maybe at the time had problems or not that good at that day?
But
Like
that was the
Murillo,
thing. Like
right?
he
Like
fought
Murillo was hurt.
everyone. He fought
Yeah,
everyone. I guess Byrne was hurt, okay, but he fought everyone else.
yeah.
It was
So
crazy. He just didn't fight like maybe the top 2 or 3 guys, but he fought. He knocked out Sean Brady.
yeah, but that's the thing, right? Then I see how Sean Brady destroyed Edwards, and I'm
Yeah,
like, was Sean Brady on a bad day? I'm like,
he was. I'll give you that. He was on a bad day because he was having trouble with Daniel Gracie, his coach.
yeah,
Daniel Grace talked publicly about that like many times. So he was having some issues in Abu Dhabi. I was in Abu
mhm.
Dhabi on that fight.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and I
yeah,
was like, I'm super friends with Daniel Gracie,
yeah,
and when I saw them at the hotel, I was like, hey, and I was like, hey, maybe I can talk to Sean Brady for the channel and stuff, right? And as soon as I go to him, like Daniel Gracie opens his arms to give me a big hug, Sean Brady just kept walking. He never even stopped and say hi to me. I was like, wow. And then I was like, all right, I was gonna, and then I was like, hey, do you think? He's like, hey, don't even ask. It's like, all right. Like, okay, it's all good. So well, so that was stuff going on, but he was very like he always won such a dominant way. Like
yeah.
that's what kind of like got people like he was joking the through the fight week like, oh, I got like Canelo hands. I'm gonna show him. Come on, dude. Like I don't know if it was what I think maybe it's like first round he tried to stick to the Canelo hands
Yeah.
promise thing, and he kind of saw he was gonna get fucked up, and then second round he's like, all right, I'm gonna go to my game,
Yeah.
and then he couldn't get that going either, and then he was like, oh shit.
Well, then yeah, because if it's like if you have your A plan doesn't work, your B plan starts failing, then it becomes a bar fight, right? That's pretty much what he did. He just started walking forward, and like the takedowns failed a bunch of times again, and the striking wasn't getting there. He tried to make a brawl, but then Jack Madalena moving was really, really good, and his reach made a big difference, and he was just jabbing and fighting the distance perfectly, and he was on
Yeah,
his night too. That's the thing.
he
It
was
was
on
it
his
was his
night
night.
too. Yeah, yeah. So anyway, props to Belal Muhammad. Like I
Yeah,
say, like never stopped fighting, fought his way all the way to the end of the 5th round. Like guy is a freaking warrior. But I'm so happy that he's not a champion anymore. And I say, like,
yeah,
he's probably gonna have to do like 12 fights until he gets another title chance or something
yeah,
like that. Poor guy. Poor
yeah,
guy.
yeah. Because now we see, right? Because then now Islam's coming up, so
Yeah. So then comes something, and I'm gonna give these guys a breaking news that we're gonna have a chat with Arman Tsarukyan this week, but and I'm gonna ask him exactly about that because now all of a sudden we got so much to talk about it with him because that changes everything, right?
everything.
Uh, Islam said that he's not gonna give up his belt on the lightweight division. And I'm gonna say that it's bullshit, but I'm also gonna say, and I wanna see what you think and hear what you have to say about this. But that this might fly with the UFC because at first I was angry. I was like, it's not his fucking decision. UFC is not gonna go, especially in the lightweight division. He have fucking like 10 killers that can do like 10 crazy good fights at any time, right?
Yeah.
But what I think is, look at this by the business point of view. Makhachev goes up, never gives up his lightweight belt, right, and goes up to fight for the welterweight belt. Great. Charles and Ilia Topuria, because we know Arma is being punished by the UFC right now. So so Charles and Ilia Topuria will fight for the interim belt.
Mhm.
Okay. Makhachev goes and fights for the welterweight belt. Right now, we have 2 huge fights. Charles and Topuria for the interim belt, Makhachev and Jack Della Madalena for the welterweight belt.
Yeah.
Assuming Islam wins that, whoever wins a lightweight. Now, Islam is going to come and do a fight with the interim champion of the lightweight. Right there, we get 3 super fights. 3 super fights. That's the only reason why I think the UFC is gonna fall for that because they get an extra pay-per-view with that move.
No, they get an extra pay-per-view, and if you think about it, I don't know how the ratings on these fights were, but you see it, like the ticket sales and everything, it wasn't the best. So I feel like they will let Islam, that's a superstar, go up, so he kind of like stir things up and like start selling that weight class a little bit more. Because after Usman lost with Leon and Belal, the that fight got that weight
Even with
class
Usman,
welterweight
I
wasn't
don't think
as exciting.
Usman was the
Yeah,
most beloved champ either.
yeah, so it's like it wasn't the most, like, probably not the best. Not that many people are attracting to watch that weight class. So it's like I feel like
Mm-hmm.
when Islam goes up, then UFC will get like even more.
Super fight against Jack Della Madalena. That
Yeah,
fight's gonna sell a lot,
yeah,
especially for like, and I think it even adds more value for him being a champ, right?
yeah,
And disputing the belt, so he
yeah,
could be a real double champion. And if he comes back down and defends his lightweight belt, he's gonna be the only true double
yeah.
champ
World champ. Yeah.
active in 2 divisions, right? Because nobody did
Mm-hmm.
that.
No,
Connor was a double champ. He was the lightweight champ, and then he.
no. Amanda Nunes did it.
Oh, you're right. I mean, that doesn't count. I'm just kidding. It counts. It counts.
She
Yeah.
defended.
So
Yeah, she defended a
on
few
the
times.
on
Yeah,
the men's,
yeah, men's. Yeah, for the men's, nobody
so,
did it. Yeah,
yeah, nobody did. Connor was actively champion when he
yeah,
moves up to lightweight to fight Khabib, but he never defended. So if Islam defends, he's gonna be the only guy
yeah.
that ever carried like 2 belts at the same time, defending both belts. So I can wait. And then I want to see what Arman thinks about that. I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
have a chance to chat yet.
No, not yet, not yet. He called me. He called me yesterday about training today, so then I'll talk to him.
Yeah, that's gonna
In
be
a little bit, I'll
interesting.
talk
That's
to
gonna
him and
be
see what he
interesting.
thinks.
And that's it. I even did a Portuguese video where I say, look, Bilal, it's so fucking hated by everyone that now everyone wants to see Ilia Topuria against Islam Makhachev.
Yeah.
And I say Bilal might lose that fight just so people hate him more, because now this, if he loses, this fight's not gonna happen because Islam's moving up. So that's what happened. He lost. I don't think we'll see Ilia in Islam, right? Do you think he will move up instead trying to fight Makhachev?
I don't know, because if you think about it, he could actually fight by the calendar, right? He could fight in a month, like almost 2 months, not even that, on UFC International Fight Week.
Yeah,
Because then it gives Jack Madalena the time to actually recover.
because Jack is gonna need it. He fought
He's
a
gonna need it.
5-round
So it's like,
war,
what
right?
else? Islam's gonna have to wait. When was the last time he fought? He's gonna be
Yeah.
almost a year without fighting. I think
Shit.
maybe Islam will fight first to Topuria, maybe.
Really? Ooh.
Then
Then this whole theory about the
he goes to
interim
the
belt.
lightweight.
Then this whole theory about the interim belt, it's gone.
I don't
Well,
know, but
maybe
on my
you
head it makes
just
sense, because what else? It's like he'll stay more than a year waiting for Jack Madalena to fight. Because if Jack Madalena rests 2 months now, right
mm,
after the war, then he starts another camp. That's another like 3 months. That's already like 9 months, like 6 months.
you just brought up something that could create 4 super fights now,
Yeah.
because Islam fights Topuria. That's
Yeah.
one super fight, and then announces he's moving up, right, to fight for the belt. That's the second super fight. As soon as he does that, then the UFC does the interim title for the lightweight.
Interim title. Yeah.
But then when is that going to be? So Charles is not going to fight until what? Probably like August, maybe.
No, maybe when I was thinking about that after the fight yesterday, I was
Uh,
thinking that then Charles will probably fight
Rematch Arman, because Justin Gage has a fight.
either Charles fights Arman or fights Dustin Gagey at the International Fight Week. Then whoever they already have the fight at the same time, so they're not waiting so long. So then after Islam fights that, then they fight for the interim. I don't know.
Yeah, that's cool. Write this down, because we're gonna have Arman reply.
Yeah, because it's like everybody thinks, oh, he's gonna go up, go up. On my head,
Yeah,
I'm like, how long he's gonna wait?
exactly.
Because
Yeah, that
they
makes sense.
said
Because now, listen, you have a
yeah,
great point. Is Jack Della Madalena is not gonna probably is not gonna fight for the next 3 or 4 months. He's
yeah,
gonna have to recover. He fought a. It's not like he beat up Bilal Muhammad for 5 rounds. He got pretty beat up too. Look at his
yeah,
face on the press
yeah.
conference.
No,
He was
it was a
all
war.
fucked up. Yeah.
So I don't know. I was thinking about yesterday, and I was like, huh.
Hmm.
I was like, he goes up, but they never said when he was gonna go up. So it's like,
Yeah,
how
and
long?
these guys are all going to be ready. That's going to be interesting too, because we know for a fact that Arma is not in training camp, so
No,
we're
yeah,
missing a leg of this thing, because
yeah,
Charles is in camp, Topuria is in camp, and Makhachev is in camp.
yeah,
That's going to be interesting. Who's going to fight who? Someone's going to have to wait.
yeah.
Someone's
I
going to
thought it
have to
was
wait.
weird too that Dana didn't confirm a few things a little bit more. You understand? Like,
Yeah, I hate to say, but I think Charles is gonna have to. Charles is gonna be the one who's gonna wait, because if you put it on
but
a scale, like Topuria is so
yeah,
hot right now, and Islam is
yeah,
the champ. So
yeah,
if they have to do a fight on International Fight Week, they're gonna do Topuria and Islam, unless they tell Islam, look, you fight Abu Dhabi for the welterweight or something like that in October, which is like really is like 3 months after July, right? August, September, October. So you can wait another 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you,
there's so
I feel
many
like
options.
I feel like if Islam says no, I just want to wait. I want to fight lightweight first. Then yeah.
Then he's fighting the International Fight Week, right?
No,
Yeah.
if he says no, I don't care. I just want I want to
Well, if he
fight.
says
And
I
fight
don't care,
international fight.
he's
Like
then
he
they'll
doesn't care. He's like, I'll wait for the lightweight first.
no for
Then
the
Charles
welterweight. You
100%
mean?
fight. Yeah, so it's like we don't know. I think I think it's a Islam call right now.
Yeah, now it's gonna be Islam calls. Yeah, you're right. He said he didn't want to fight Topuria. So that's why I have so many options, because he said if he doesn't want to fight Topuria, which is gonna look really shitty on him, he can probably just say, "Look, I'm gonna fight for the welterweight," and they can probably make that happen in October. Jack Della Madalena can probably be ready by October.
Oh, yeah.
Then that will happen in Abu Dhabi. They love Islam in Abu Dhabi. Gotta remember that. And then Topuria fights Charles in the International Fight Week. If not, he's gonna fight Topuria International Fight Week, and Charles is gonna have to find someone else to fight, maybe like August or something.
Yeah,
and that's gonna suck. That's gonna suck for Charles. He's probably gonna have to refight Arman, because again, Justin Gage is out of the plan. Dustin Poirier, Max Holloway out of the plan. That's it.
Yeah, because it's like on the card they normally go super big, and they didn't announce any other fights except for it's like, you understand. That's why I feel like it's going to be 2 lightweights fights, because it's like I can understand you hold the main event, but then it's like who's the co-main event?
Wow, they
didn't say anyone on the main card, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. Ugh. That's gonna be crazy. Well, more to come on that, and I'm crazy. Next time you see us here, we'll be with Arman, so we'll ask him about it, because that's gonna be interesting. Mr. Bernardo, I know you have to go, so have a safe trip to Vegas. And that's it. I'll talk to you later.